in a digestible format that really solves an issue that you might be having today and do it with a little humor. So today I've got a story, and then I want to share two things that came very powerful today. And being one of those people that does not believe in coincidence at all, I'm going to take my calling serious and deliver a couple messages that I think are really powerful. The first story I want to tell you is it's pretty humorous. A lot of people wonder, how I got to where I'm at whatever degree that is, whatever, however your measure stick is. We've been epically successful, and we've had some pretty epic failures too. However, I think for the most part, people would recognize that we've done some things in different industries that are at the top of the scale, and so it's been kind of fun for us. But we didn't get there without a lot of hard work. And part of it is persisting through some difficult times, and you may be going through that right now. But I want to share my very first experience. I was very young. I was working at a lumber mill in Oregon. It was a plywood mill while I was going to college, and I was just turning 18. I had a friend that got me in, or his dad got me and him a job working, and I was working a graveyard shift cleaning up this plywood mill after they shut it down. And it was a difficult job, and I was by myself, and we had to do this fire watch, and it was midnight to 8, and then I would go to school, and I did this job 2 or 3 days a week. And I remember a guy there had talked to me about this business opportunity and said I was at a perfect age to start, and so he showed me this plan. It happened to be Amway, and I had no misgivings about it. I didn't know anything about it, and I thought, this is great. So for my 18th birthday, I requested a easel and a board. This is going to indicate my age because they didn't have whiteboards back then. I don't think dry erase markers were a thing. So it was probably a chalkboard. It's been a long time. But so I made an appointment with another guy that worked at a mill. He's a little older than me. So he invited me over to his home. And it happened to be his mother's home, and he lived downstairs. And so while I set up this business presentation, his mother was very kind, and she came down a couple of times and offered some refreshments, and she went back upstairs to prepare them. So I'm getting ready to show the plan, and I've got the circles drawn on the board, and I'm getting all excited, and I've got my best clothing on, which was not great at the time. I was young, broke, and all of that. And my sponsor just told me to go out and sign up 10 and call him when I did that, and don't call him until I did. I didn't know how to do that. He just said, well, do what I did. And so I, with my memory, I tried to do everything that he did, draw the circles just like he did, say what he said. And I was stumbling bad. And this guy was, he's about on par with me. So he was kind of getting into it, and he was getting on my excitement level. And his mom came down, and I remember she had a pitcher of lemonade and 2 glasses and some sandwiches. And she comes by, and she looked at the board, and as she started to set down the sandwiches, she started to get very angry. And she set everything down, and she looked at me and says, is this Amway? And I said, yes. The next thing I realize is that I'm pretty much launched out her front door. She had a hold of my collar and my belt and had run me out the front door. And as I landed in her walk, and I turned back around to explain myself or apologize or whatever I was going to do, my easel and board landed on top of me. And that was my first experience in a business. So I want to share something that a mentor of mine now posted today, and I think it's really relevant. And this is from David Wood. And, I love this guy, first of all. Second of all, we can have our judgments about people. You can have your judgments about me. But one of the things that I do know is if I want to learn how to do something, I'm going to learn it from the guy that really did it. And I don't know anybody that's sponsored 10,000 personals. David Wood has, and he's done it in a few years. He wrote this today. Remember, when things are extremely difficult, even painful, that doesn't mean it's right to quit and give up on your beautiful dreams. It just means that God wants to bless you more than you ever dreamed. And because of that, the blessing, opposition is placed in your way. It's by overcoming the opposition and preserving or persevering through it, that you're forged into the being, the vessel that is destined to receive the blessing. Always persist towards your dreams and be willing to do anything ethical and honest to save them, especially the ones that matter the most. Well, I'm here to tell you right now that is some of the most profound and in alignment with how I believe verbiage that I've heard in a long, long time. It is true. Every time you come into something great in your life, expect opposition. I don't care what it is. If it's embarking on a religious journey, you're going to have everybody and their cousin come out of the woodwork to tell you how wrong you are and how there's a better path for you. Somebody is going to tell you you can't do something at every crossing in your life. You better get used to that, and you better be able to embrace that, and you better use that as fuel to get you through and past. I've got one more today, and then I'm going to let you go. And this is from another amazing individual, and I could not help share. I very seldomly share other people's quotes because I think that, you guys can read those in books. I don't have anything against it. I just feel like I should bring something more from my experience because I lived it and I can do it with more emotions. You guys can read Zig Ziglar anytime you want. I might point you to it. I pointed a friend to Tony Robbins today about a mindset. But this is another individual that you cannot argue with their success. So therefore, I don't argue with their game plan. And again, like Dave says, as long as it's ethical. And I've never found this man. I don't know him personally. I've never met him. He's one of the few guys in this industry that I have not shaken hands with, or at least tried to meet or had a phone call with or something. Just never run across paths with him. Someday it's on my bucket list. But this is Holton Buggs. And if you don't know who Holton Buggs is, he's one of, if not the top money earner for a long time on the charts in multi-level marketing. But here's his morning motivation, and I swiped this off of another really cool person, Stanisha Graham's wall today. She's just a monster networker and just an amazing young lady. She was a professional basketball player. She hails out of Chicago. She's just a sweetheart of a gal, but she is tenacious, and I follow her every day, her posts, because she's got so much alive energy. She's just one of those people that you just want to gravitate towards. And I've had the fortune of working with her for a very, very brief time. She was actually on a different team, but I helped her through some stuff, and she's helped me in ways she doesn't even know. But she posted this morning, and I thought it was appropriate to repost, and it's by Holton Buggs. And he says, "This one may cut deep, but I don't post for agreement or applause. What if you had as many real customers in your business as you have as likes on IG? What if you showed the plan as many times as you shared a Facebook post? What if you looked for as many prospects as you have looked for profound quotes to post? What if you put as much time into planning your activity in your business as you do planning your post? What if you scrolled through your contacts in your phone for prospects as much as you scroll through your news feed? What if you rewarded yourself by allowing yourself to only post after you've shared the plan or sold a product? For every 10 minutes you invest into reading a book, you could spend 1 minute on social media. Don't get it twisted. I'm not against social media at all. It serves a great purpose for those with purpose. But if your goal is to be free, or if you have credit card debt, or your wife still has to work, or you're still making car payments, or if you ask for separate checks when eating out with friends, or if your residual income is less than $20,000 per month, or if you can't stand your boss, or if you take vacations in the same country in which you live, or if you have more followers than you have dollars in your savings, or if you have pictures of your kids on your cubicle wall at work because that's when you see them the most, this post is for you. Oprah Winfrey became a billionaire by being watched by others on television. But ask her how much TV she watches. I don't want to be successful. That's why I tell you the truth. He says, I want you to be successful. That's why I tell you the truth. Sorry, I got all these feeds coming in. It's like crazy today. I don't want anything from you but your success. It's time to reprioritize your time commitments according to income potential. I have a full-time job as EVP of sales. I have over 1 million distributors in my organization to lead. 292 personally sponsored distributors with 18 frontline diamonds, and I've still sponsored at least 2 people per month every month for the last 6 years. I'm still 800,000 per month behind my own goals. Don't think I got there by posting. Remember this, network marketing, not social media marketing. So I'll leave you with those quotes from 2 great people, David Wood and Holton Buggs. And what better way to start your day than taking the advice of 2 guys that have made over, well, I don't know what they've made, a lot of money. I know David's produced $158 million in sales in the last couple of years, and Holton Buggs is the number 1 in the world. So you guys take it from them. That's it for today. I'll bring you some more value tomorrow. See ya.